Hello, we are at the penultimate book challenge video. I can't believe we're so close to the end after so many years. Now, I believe the challenge for this one was something along the lines of a book that was written more than 10 years ago. So naturally, I went a lot more than 10 years ago and I went with Jane Eyre. It's a book I've wanted to read for a really long time and I just never have. I think there's some sort of musical version of it and I think I've listened to it, but of course, I didn't have a clue what was going on. For such a classic, I actually knew just about nothing about it, like not even the names of any other characters or anything, which is quite impressive actually. But yeah, I think I just went into classics on my library app and Jane Eyre was one of the ones that piqued my interest. Now this was an audiobook recording by Thandie Newton, I want to say, and I simultaneously also had the regular ebook that I would just sometimes read either along it or sort of in between. I really enjoyed this book. I think I gave it 4 stars on Storygraph, which is the book tracking app I use. I love Storygraph, but anyway, it was very different to what I was expecting. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I did really enjoy it and I liked the audio version of it. I really liked the way it was read and it didn't feel too hard to follow even though it was an audiobook. And I really enjoyed it. I was a big fan of it. I think it took me about 3 weeks to read / listen to. I'll just quickly read you the blurb. This is the blurb that came with the audiobook on the library app, so it might not be the official one, but anyway. Following Jane from her childhood as an orphan in northern England through her experience as a governess at Thornfield Hall, Charlotte Bronte's Gothic classic is an early exploration of women's independence in the mid-19th century and the pervasive societal challenges women had to endure. At Thornfield, Jane meets the complex and mysterious Mr. Rochester, with whom she shares a complicated relationship that ultimately forces her to reconcile the conflicting passions of romantic love and religious piety. It is a classic, so you probably do know of it and you probably have read it or at least are familiar with it, but I do recommend it and I really enjoyed it. Sometimes the classics can feel a bit too classic-y in the sense of they're a bit old-fashioned, they're not really easy to read, they're not as capturing, they're a bit more dry, but I really didn't feel any of that with this. It didn't feel like I was reading a classic, I just really enjoyed it. So that's my review. I've just started listening and picked a book for the very last book challenge, so we'll see when that goes up, but I can't believe we're so close to the end. Anyway, bye!